Hi everyone, welcome to Cultura Artística Eslovena. I'm Víctoria Mohanna from Buenos Aires, Argentina, representing the artistic community of Slovenian artists. So once again, we have a new interview, but before that, I want to thank to all the people who follows the work that I do, presenting you all these artists and also a lot of information about Slovenia, basically about the area of art. So you can see that more in my Instagram or Facebook page. You can follow me there with the same name, Cultura Artística Eslovena. You also have all links in the description of this video and in the description of the channel. So I appreciate it a lot if you like what I do to give me a follow and those all social medias. And also here in YouTube, that is the main work that I do with these long videos, that I do all the editions and everything. I run this page by my own. So if you like the video, put a like, share it if you know there is someone that would love to hear the information that we give. Not only that, thank you also to the artists that give us the time to interview them and to be really supportive. So this day we are going to interview to Martin Ramoveš, comic book creator and musician from Slovenia, from Škofja Loka especially, but now he's living in Kranj. So I'm going to give you a little bio information, and then we will see the interview. So Martin Ramoveš was born in 1989 in Kranj. He's a comic book author, singer-songwriter, and educator. He graduated from the Ljubljana Secondary School of Design and Photography. After that, he enrolled at Faculty of Education in Ljubljana, where he studied art education. After he completed his studies in 2015 and received the Faculty Profesor Award for his diploma thesis, Lyrics and Comics. He founded a music group called Ramoveš Band, which he works as a songwriter, guitarist, and singer. With this band, he created 3 works, which we are going to talk about with him, that are comics along with music. So the comics brings a CD inside, which connects the whole story. And then he works with his father, who is a poet. He's called Janez Ramoveš. So with him, are creating a series of 5 stories, obviously through a comic book, that nowadays, they only have 3 of the 5. So the last one we are talking about with him especially, that is the Viaga Yaga, the one hand, we can say it in English. So it's a really interesting work, the one that he does alone and with his father. And I think that we all should take a look at what Martin is doing. Well, let's talk with him and see what he's going to show us and tell us about the work he does. Really interesting. Hi, Martin. How are you? Thank you for
Hello,
being here.
very good. And you?
I'm fine. I'm very happy to make this interview with you and talk
Me
about your
too.
work.
Me too.
So, how did you start with comic books? When you were younger, you were used to read them, you were interested when you were older.
Yeah, it's been whole life now. All the guys that are into comics that I know started in early childhood, and so did I. Um, I don't know. I remember Mickey Mouse comics. That was the start before I could even read. But yeah, it was important for me. I was into drawing just because of comics. I always wanted to tell some story with drawing. Um, and also, it's interesting when I look back that I was really into comics, but my generation of people were into um, uh, computer games already in the 90s. So I was somehow alone in this, and I always liked it. So as I grew up, I never stopped. I just did it all the time.
You were like old-fashioned compared to the other kids.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Ah,
I
that's
still
great.
am old-fashioned.
Great stuff comes up of that. And do you remember uh, who introduced you to the comics? Like your father or your mother or someone give you a comic book, or where did it come from?
It was probably my father. I mean, it was not so unusual to get some comics.
Okay.
There were always some comics around, but I have something here. This is a comic, Alan Ford. It's an Italian comic. It was very, very popular in former Yugoslavia.
Ah,
But this is Slovenian edition. And I read this when I was, I don't know, 7 years old. Didn't get everything that this comic meant, but the drawing style was a poison for me. I was just, I mean, everything I drew looked similar to this Magnus artist. I think this Alan Ford was for me like manga for today's young people, where we see manga everywhere,
yeah.
big eyes and small noses, but uh, this is totally opposite. Big noses and very. It's a funny comic. Um, Yeah, and it was my father who showed me this when I was really young, because it's not for children, this one, but I liked it very, very much. I was obsessed with Alan Ford.
We can say that book was your biggest inspiration for all the work you're doing right now.
No, no,
No?
that would be maybe just a little bit too much, but it was a big part of my love for comics. Um, I read a lot of different stuff, but it was mostly Italian comics, Bonelli comics translated into
Wow.
Croatian language or even Slovenian, um, and that was, the- as you said, the old-fashioned stuff, but it was a magic for me. And as I grew up, I always tried to find something else, something better, because those comics are not necessarily very, very good. Um, and later, very early, I found this comic by Hugo Pratt, Corto Maltese. Um, it was it was published at the same time by the same publisher than this Alan Ford, and they sent them together.
Okay.
And I was a child and I didn't understand Hugo Pratt. I was really I didn't understand why he drew like that. Like he can't draw a nose or hair, but it was so fascinating. It never I couldn't get it out of my mind. And Hugo Pratt is a big classic in comics, and he probably is one of my big influences. And he's also very much connected to Argentina. He lived in Buenos Aires in a period, I don't know for how many years, but he developed this style there. And so I really love Argentinian uh, comic artists because I mean you would probably think I mean it's probably funny for you because I know just the most famous ones, but um, I really love them because of the energy of their work. It's not just drawing drawing realistic stuff or caricature, but it's the lines, the black and whites, everything has a very special vibe. So I have some books here, like this Munoz and Sampaio. This is very powerful comic, and this one is translated to Slovenian, but also some other classics like Mord by Alberto Breccia and Esterhild.
Super
Um,
big. It's like a
yeah,
Bible. Super big.
sorry.
It's super big, like a Bible. I mean,
Yeah, it's super big, and it's a very, very good book published by Croatian publisher Fibra. It's like art book. Every you can see the technique of Alberto Breccia here. It's not just black and white. It's the scanning process that shows everything. So it's I nowadays I really like the stuff like this because I can learn a lot how it's done, how he used the brushes and all this other stuff. Yes, so some of the influences, but there are too many that I could mention everything.
yeah. Yeah, like how you draw, how you draw and the texture and all that in an illustration gives a lot. Like it can transmit. So that like analyzing another artist is very useful to take like some ways of drawing and some resources they use to create, I don't know, atmospheres and feelings or situations. So maybe it's
Yeah.
a strip, could be a strip that it has no words.
I mean, you can feel it, but you can repeat it because you're another person. So uh, that's the way of fascination I talk about when I admire some big artists in comics. Um, I never tried just to learn to draw like someone or to to get the exact style. I was never very much into commercial stuff. Um, it's like music to me. It's the vibrations of brush or pencil or something.
Yeah, it's very personal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, it's not just drawing, it's storytelling. So that's why I love comics.
Yeah, it has more meaning. Has more meaning.
Yes.
And talking about brushes and stuff, how do you create these comics? What do you use? You use papers, inks?
Yeah, nothing special, nothing new. It's just paper and ink, different brushes. Uh, Not a lot of markers because markers are different. I mean, I tried a lot of different stuff, but currently uh, I use the brush the most and some um, I don't know, some dirt. Like you never know what will come out of putting dirt on paper, but then you see it because I think my comics shouldn't be clean. It's the point of stories also, and the time of happening 100 years ago, everything dirty and rural. So also my drawing style tries to be that way, not too perfect, not too clean. And when I try to do it on computer or on iPad, it's interesting. You can get all those effects, but you're a totally different person when you do that.
Yeah,
You don't feel it. And the attention to detail is just different thing, and you get exhausted very fast, and you don't know if it's really if it's good. When you have a piece of paper, you know it. It's it's different, and it's the only right thing for me. But I use the digital tools to prepare the page, to finish the page, like something should be erased somewhere, and I leave some of the dirt to on the other areas. So that's a really, really good tool, and I like that for digital tools just for finishing.
okay. Like, oh, touches, finishing touches. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. There is nothing like working on paper. You can feel it.
Yep.
You can feel it.
And you are very limited, but you feel it.
Yeah,
So that's difference
I think you can. Okay.
between digital and paper.
Then I saw that you did some exhibitions for like Contrabody and America, and there were like big ones. You redid them in a big size, like
Mhm.
some parts of the comics.
Yeah, Contrabantary and America were exhibited in Scoffia Loca, and I don't know. I'm not sure about uh, comic exhibitions because they're not done for that. And then I had a chance to make an exhibition, and mm, with curator, we talked about how can we make something different. It's not a book; it's an exhibition. So we did some different stuff. Yes, enlargements of some details can always be very it's a big effect. But we included also some sketches and
Yeah.
totally raw drawings and installations. Like we really wanted to get the vibe of the world that the story is happening in. So that was, I think I liked that exhibition, and was very different from a book. If you saw that exhibition, you got something different, and probably something more, but you didn't get the story. The
Ah,
story is only in the comic book.
it's a presentation. Here in Argentina, it's something normal to do, even with like books,
Hmm.
even exhibitions. It's like letting the people see how was your process
Yeah.
and giving them the anxiety to read the book or read the comic or whatever. I don't know, maybe an animation, for example,
Hmm.
like a short animation, like the same. They show you all the works, all the drawings and all the process. But I saw some pictures of your exhibition and it looks good. So you redraw some to make it a bigger size, or was something printed?
No, no, we did it digitally.
Ah,
Uh, but the artist to choose the right image, you know. um, yeah, I agree with you, and I saw that when you make an exhibition, it's a good thing to show your work to everyone. I mean, people live so fast, and when they get a comic, they read it in a few minutes, and then you make an exhibition, and it's a different focus. You can show it differently. It's in very, I think that comic exhibitions are more important than in past, and that it's important to make them.
yeah.
And also a comic page comic of a comic, it can be a piece of art. You have to make so many decisions and still use your intuition and that vibe that I was talking about before. So um, why not show that process? Um, it's a big thing, at least for me.
Yes. And people most of the time have no idea what it means to create something like that. And also you have the chance to let them ask you stuff and maybe know even better what they will find and in the conclusion, I don't know, after reading it. And that approach is always good. At
Mhm.
least for me, that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's like a good exercise, even for the people and for the artists.
Hmm. Yeah, for the artist, yeah. Well, you see your work differently.
So, bueno, I mentioned contrabandari, contrabandari
Yeah,
in America.
yeah.
The people that's listening and they don't know what it is. There are two of the three comics that you did, so on, but it's like a collection of five books, right? From what I read.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you first did in 2021, Contrabandari,
Yeah,
the smugglers. Then in 2023, America. And
yeah.
now, last year, it was Divya Yaga Wild Hunt.
Wild, like White Hunt, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a myth, right? For what I read,
Hmm.
that it's called that way.
Yeah. Oh,
These comic books you were working along to your father, if I'm not mistaken, Janez
yeah.
Ramoveš.
Hmm.
So how was to work with him? How is the dynamic? Because he's a writer. He he writes it all, or you write with him? How is the process?
Yeah, he's a poet, so it works for us because we know each other, and he definitely knows how to put his idea in. as least sentences as possible. So very short. He does very short texts, um, and but I see everything in them. That's because we know each other and we don't discuss a lot. I just do it. And yeah, so it works for us. And we did just contrabantary, and I liked the process so much that I told him I'd like to do more. So we came up with this series of 5 comics. They are all um, 50 pages, so they are not very thick books, but I hope someday they will be connected into one uh, thick book. So yeah, they and also I like the theme. Um, so we do these comics based on some real stuff. I don't mean necessarily the real stories, but stuff that's real. In some area, it's Poljanska Valley, where we come from. It's near Škofja Loka, and but I see this stuff very universal. I mean, you probably, if I explain to you what are those stories, you would say that they are universal, I suppose. That they are not just local. But also, it's important for me to put that vibe that I know. I grew up there. I know the vibe of the place. I know the history, and I feel the connection. So it's important to put those specific things into comics. So that's why I do these comics with my father. I I would very hardly find something better for myself to draw. So I'm excited to continue. And I also developed my drawing style. It changed a little bit. It's the same style, but I develop it. So I hope till fifth book it will always everything will work out as I'd like to.
Yeah, the more you draw, the best you're getting. You
Yeah.
might say, yes, I saw some of even oldest comics that you sent me some pictures, and I can see the difference.
Oh, it's a
The
big
drawings.
difference. It's a big difference.
Yeah,
The first album was just collage and very free form, very freestyle comic, I would say. But it was the way to put the book together. I felt the freedom, and I was very excited to do that. Nesojeni Cowboy, it was my first one.
right.
This one, this one, and I did it with my band. We recorded an album here, so I just uh, took 10 songs, and I draw the comics based on the lyrics. It was a good thing to start to finally make a book, as I always dreamed of. But it was not the style I did not want to continue this way. I always wanted to tell more realistic stories. And yeah, so next album was also music and comics together, but I took some steps not further, but back behind. The drawing style was very not so excited anymore. I just tried to draw something more in more discipline. This, I tried to discipline myself, and I continued that way of thinking uh, also here in Rob, third comic music album. And then I stopped making music albums. And I asked myself what in drawing I would like to show. And so I came up with contrabantary, with realistic style, but also more expressionist way of um, um, putting compositions together. So I somehow returned to first album, more expressionistic. How would I put that? It's more freestyle, but more realistic at the same time. Maybe that sounds strange, but that was my way of thinking when I started the series of with my father.
So when you were making the music and the comic books, always was the music first, and then you draw about that.
Yeah, it was always the music, except for this one, this robe. It was different because there are no. It's a biography of Ivan Romp in a comic book, and I chose some his poems, and we recorded them with my band. So it was a different process that probably couldn't happen if I wouldn't done first two albums before. So I had that experience of putting comics and music together, and I felt the I was really convinced that I can do it, and I think I did it okay. But I wasn't satisfied with drawing style, so I changed it, and contrabantary were the new start of my drawing.
Yeah, no, I can see the difference. It's like
Yeah,
it's like a new beginning for you.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, so, but you asked if the music was always first. Yeah, I never wrote a song after it was done in comics. Never.
Yeah. In my mind, it was like the other way.
Ah, you expect it to be different.
My
No,
imagination.
because it's because when I was songwriting was the main thing for me for 15 years, maybe. From my teenage years on. I always loved comics, but the main thing was songwriting. I love the guitar, but I would never play if it was not to tell something with lyrics. So I put everything in my lyrics, everything that bothered me, everything. You probably know the feel. You are a songwriter too. So it's the music is so powerful that you really it's hard to feel something else that's so intense than music. Uh, so uh, I see why I was more into music in my teens and early 20s because you have to put the energy out and yeah. So yeah, when I started to think about how can I make the comics, it was the best way to choose my lyrics because everything was there. It was my thing. And yeah, it was my thinking.
You just needed to let it grow a little bit and create a story.
Yeah, I in first album I just made 10 separate short comics, but here in Astronomy, this is the second one I was talking about. Uh, I tried to connect them, 10 songs into one
Um,
story. So I created a like this squirrel character, and it's like more, I don't know. I can't talk about this album anymore. It's like it's done by someone else, but it's important that I did it. So, and I connected the songs into one story, the lyrics into one story.
I think that all the work that you did, it's very interesting, and how you mix the two stuff. And now that you show me astronomy, that you put like titles, and every title has like a piece of comic, it's great. I know that you did it like 10 years ago, and now you see it like something that it's not related maybe to you, but it's what make you be where you are right now.
Mm,
Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Uh, And there was another interesting thing, how to present it live. Should it be just some projection behind the band? We tried different things. We tried to make it different, not just a comic page while I sang when I was singing exact the same verse. We tried to make something different, so we collaborated with the VJ Christina, who took out the details from the comic pages and added some colors, and she was mixing live when we were playing on stage. And that was really exciting for me, but I never saw it. I never saw I never saw properly. I saw some footages, but uh, I would like to see what we actually done.
You had to play giving your back to the audience so you can see it.
Yeah, I was playing and I just saw some colors flashing, and then I don't know how would I see it? What would I think if I was in the audience? Um, yeah, but it was another way of connecting comics and music. And I know that there are different artists all around the world that do something similar. Um, but it was something new here in Slovenia. There were they just began to organize a festival every year and some other events before I was in my 20s. There were nothing like that in Slovenia. Um, and then when I played with my band, first events happened, and now it's common to they invite some artists that do some similar stuff, also some bands, and so uh, I, I like it. It's not a dead scene. It goes on and on.
Oh, that's good. Like you're beginning a new movement.
Oh, I did not say that, but
At least in
uh,
Slovenia.
I just showed that you can do it, and there are other people that do it too.
Well, so do you want to tell me a little bit about the last comic book that you
Ah,
presented
do you,
last year?
do you, So I have those books here. So you see Contrabandary and America and Divya Yaga. So we wait for two.
Yeah.
So we will have a whole pile. So it's a. I know that collectors are very they expect things to match on the shelf. So that's also a part of comic publishing. If you make a series, it's maybe it's a good thing to think about design. So Divya Yaga is it's they're all in the same color, and they all have um, added a text
Ah,
afterwards or uh,
interesting.
so we always invite someone who writes not to write about this comic, but to tell something different about the same theme. So here Spela Förlitz, who is a known writer, who knows uh, about the stuff that Divya Yaga is. It's like folklore stuff. It's based on uh, old beliefs. I think is that the right word to say it.
Yeah.
Um, But the comic is more than that. It's just it's a new interpretation of that idea. So we mixed it with a character that's very. He's not sympathetic at all. He's a very bad person, and we see him growing up. Uh, Making bigger and bigger and bigger steps to I don't know, I don't want to tell too much, but
Uh-huh.
it's not a nice story. It's a very dark story, and when I see or look around and hear the stuff in everyday's life that's happening, it's even worse. So if we look that way, it's not so dark, it's not so bad. Um, yeah. So I I was speaking about drawing style before, so I don't know. This is my new comic.
So it would be like a horror terror story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be.
And the other two also.
Yeah, yeah. It, it's a mixture of everything, but not just to say, oh, this is a horror book that people would react more. It's just a new interpretation of what I feel living here now. And yeah, it's a story of people who lived 100 years ago, but it's always the same situation. It's always the same. It's just um, the world changes just a little bit. The technology changes, but people's minds, I don't know, that's another world. So, yeah, horror story, but I mean, I see it more like psychologic
Ah,
story about psychology. They all are about psychology.
Great. It would be very interesting to read it and to see it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I let you know when I get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are just in Slovenian for now, but you know Slovenian.
So I will get them.
Yeah.
If I miss some words, I use the dictionary.
Yeah.
So through these stories, are you trying like to leave a message to the readers, or you just wanted to tell the stories and you don't care actually the final message you're giving?
I, everything is a message to the reader, but I never write it very clearly. I don't like the storytelling that tells everything exact
Oh,
in an exact way, just to force the reader to understand it the same way, or to explain something too much. Um, I don't like that, so I don't explain anything. I just try to provoke the reader to read
okay.
it again or explore some more and enjoy the story. So that's a beautiful thing in comics. They are just comics, just comics.
It's art.
You know what I mean. It's not a big literature just for the purpose of being big. Um, it's fun. It's also it should be fun.
Okay. It's everyone decodes what 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 reads and sees as they please. So
Yeah, yeah,
everyone will get something different, and their imagination also is different.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I don't know, it's a question that I always do, that why you try to, what message you try to give through your art. Uh, it's like your answer is the answer that most of the people give me.
Yeah,
You don't try to
but
give any message, so you just
I
let people be and
I
think what they
think
want.
there's also another message is the way I do it. The more we are forced to make everything fast, the slower I do it. Um, and the old-fashioned way, I do it the very old-fashioned way. Everything is very opposite. And when everything is supposed to look very nice and kitschy and cheesy and shiny, my comics are totally opposite. So that's a part of my message too.
It's a great message. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. I agree with you. It's like um it ended up to be all the same. Not just talking about comic books in general, maybe about art
Yeah.
and maybe regular people that don't create anything in this area don't get that.
Hmm.
Don't understand how the process has to be a feeling, and you have to feel
Hmm.
it, and it's a process for the artist to put that into a paper, into words, into sound, or whatever. It can be something robotic or plastic or superficial.
Hmm.
You won't get like a nice job from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also that even making the things the way they don't expect it to make it, you can do it the same. your way and you end up doing it in a way that you feel in peace with the art you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I have nothing to add to your thinking. I like it.
So tell me, Martin, if someone wants to buy some of your comics, how can they do it?
They can buy it on a web shop, Stripburger web shop. That's probably the best way if you are from another part of the world. Um,
It's worldwide shipping.
Sorry.
Worldwide shipping has strip burger.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It's probably, I
Well,
don't know.
people
Um,
check
I
that.
mean, I know that they are sending their comics to America also, but I don't know how is the tariffs. It's a hard question for me, but yeah.
Okay.
The Stripburger magazine or magazine Stripburger or publisher Stripburger also is has comics in English, so they are sending it all around the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's only available on paper, not digital.
Yeah, it's only on paper, I think, but they have pretty good presentations. You have some examples on web, some pages and explanations. Um,
Yeah.
and also Stripburger as a magazine, it's a very experimental magazine, so you should be surprised when you get it. It's a part of magic.
So also in that magazine, you had like a comic strip, or you did.
If I published in comic in Stripburger magazine,
Yeah.
yes, I did. I published some short comics. Uh, I don't know when was the first one, maybe um, 15 years or even more ago. Uh, so it's a good way to try different styles. Um, but it's not a commercial magazine. It's very artistic, um, and I always liked it. Um, and I also published some other short comics in other magazines. Maybe the most important for me is Loud Comics or Glasny Stripy. I stopped on working on that series now, but I did it for 5 years in a music magazine here in Slovenia. It's called Glasna. Um, they are one-page comics about concerts or musicians or my way of seeing music. Some just it's different stuff. Sometimes funny, sometimes not so funny. That was a good experience for me to make a comic, short comic, when you have a deadline, when you have to get an inspiration from somewhere. It's totally different than my books.
Yeah. I think that it would be more like how to say, more quick, like more
Yeah,
sketchy than
quick and
yeah.
I once I did an episode on Dinosaur Jr. That's a very loud band from USA. I'm a big fan of Dinosaur Jr. and I was on their concert and then I I also posted the comic on some social media on fan pages of Dinosaur Jr. and it was very good reactions by
Ah,
the band fans. So I almost fell into a niche of doing comics for some fan basis. You know, it would be a good commercial thing to do, but again, when I see it could be commercial, I turn around and stop doing it.
too much pressure,
Yeah, it's not fun anymore.
right? It would be a job, actually.
Yeah.
And did the band ever saw the comic?
Oh
No.
yeah, I think that that Lou Barlow, who is a bassist, reposted it on
Mm.
Instagram. But I don't know. Maybe it was his PR management. I don't know
Wow.
how big stars they are. I just made it because I was a true fan and I was really I loved the concert so much. Not to make a career based on that comic.
No, no. I know, I get you. Was the moment it inspires you to draw that.
Yeah.
You saw them in Slovenia?
No, in Italy.
Ah, in Italy.
Yeah. But
Yes.
it was 3 hours from my home. So
Mm. Yeah.
yeah.
For me, it's nothing. Maybe for you, it's a lot.
Sorry?
For me, it's not much, 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
For you,
yeah.
maybe it's like, oh, 3 hours.
No, for me,
Yeah.
it's also it's just a barrier in our heads because it's a border there. It's another country there. So it's not very common to look around. And but yeah, um, it's not far away, and yeah, we just need to remember to see what's happening in other towns around Slovenia because here sometimes it can get a little bit boring.
But people don't usually get out of Slovenia.
Oh, they do a lot. They travel. They- um, yeah, yeah, they go, they go. I had um, that barrier in mind that you know they play in Italy, so you forget sometimes it's just 3 hours. It's in Italy, so some people don't go just because of that. But maybe that's changed. That's different now for younger generations, I think.
I understand why you say, we
Yeah,
have very close Uruguay,
yeah.
and probably the bands that plays their place here also, but think that you want to go to both of the shows and you
Hmm.
think, oh, Uruguay, so far
Yeah.
away. You have to take a ferry to go there. It's not cheap at all.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
in, I don't know, half an hour, 2 hours, you're there. It's really close. But in your mind, you say it's another country. You have to cross the river.
So you can get faster to Uruguay than to the center of city you are living in.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I had to travel 2 hours to the center
yeah.
and then take the ferry the other hour and
Ah,
a half. Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah. No, no. Everything that I would like to do, I have to travel 2 hours or
Hmm.
hour and a half. First, I have to get out of my house and go to the train station, and I have to like 15 minutes if I go by bus, but I
Mhm.
always use my bike. So in less than 10 minutes, I'm there. I'm faster than the bus.
Mm. Yeah, you are very well trained.
Yeah, yeah. I really use the bike like 100 blocks a day. That would be 10 miles a day.
Wow.
No, 10 kilometers a day. Yeah.
So if you come to Slovenia, you can be a part of bicycle movement because everyone here rides a bicycle. Not everyone. It doesn't matter if you are in condition to do it or not.
I have to drive.
Yeah.
But you use bike also? You don't ride.
I do, but
Ah,
it's popular because of sport, because of our champions. You probably heard of
mm.
Pogacar and Roglic. They are very good in cycling sport. So all the people are following this. Uh, it's important for everyone to put on a
Ah,
tight dress and buy a very
customize.
expensive bike and go somewhere on the main road.
Ah, like a mission, a trip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay. Mm. Well, that's nice too.
It's a free time. It's not for work. Uh,
Ah,
to work, everyone goes with his own car. But
okay.
then in the free time, everyone on bicycle.
Uh, Coming back to your work, do you want to tell me something that I didn't ask you? Something relevant?
Oh, um, probably not. I'm happy that I represented the main works, and also I still work on it. So um, maybe in the future I can show something more.
Probably, yeah. Yes. So did you start with the fourth book comic?
Yes, I make sketches now. Um, it's written. It's the story is done. Every detail is on its place, but it's different story. It has more characters, more different, very different characters, and also the place where it happens. It's uh, it's like it's a village that I have to study a little bit. I have to make this environment work. Where is one building and another, and then church and all the things you have to think before you start uh, drawing the finished pages. So I always start with the storyboard, like very simple sketches of story, just to see how much space it takes to tell something that it was written before. My father never writes how long is one sequence or how many pages he sees. He just writes his idea, and then I put something on one page and something else on 5 pages. So this is the first thinking, and then I draw the whole comic in sketches, and I already have the compositions in mind, the compositions of whole pages, and where should the black and white be to look as good as possible. And then I start to draw the finished pages. So yeah, I
It's,
think that it's nothing special if you ask someone else who draws comics.
but it's a lot of work. And
Yeah, it is.
you have to analyze a lot before actually starting the final
Yeah, if you want
drawings.
to be to make it uh, as real as possible, to make that impact, that you know what you do, that it's not just an experiment. You can make an experiment in comics. You can draw with your left hands and no eyes and see what happens, and maybe it's the best work you could ever do. But when you try to tell a story that's a little bit realistic, then you have to do all those preparations. You can make up stuff. You have to see, um, to look everything. How is it made? What the buildings were? What was the architecture, or animal anatomy, or guns or stuff. You have to check everything.
You have to look for like images of reference.
Yes, but
Like,
then again, there's no shortcuts. If you just find something on Google and redraw that into your comic, it's like cheating, and
oh
the
no,
reader feels it. So references, yes. Even better if you go around and sketch, or take
like
some photos.
pictures.
Or
Yeah.
I mean, you take stuff in your hands and feel it. So then it's your uh, you draw what you know, not just what you saw somewhere as a reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I speak here like a big master, but yeah,
It's your method of work.
I just speak about it. How I do it, it's not always so perfectly, but I tend to do it that way. Yes. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about your paintings.
My
Do you
painting?
paint? Do
Yes,
you
I do.
paint?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I also do engravings,
Uh-huh.
xylographies. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it.
What do you want to ask me about?
Do you work on your paintings all the time, or you stop it and then you make music? Because it was always a problem for me. I couldn't manage everything. I did it for a long time, but I was exhausted and never satisfied.
Yeah.
So I stopped recording music. Um, at that point I thought music is the best thing I did, but now I told everything I had to in those songs. I'm a little bit older now. Maybe it's time to draw something, but I have to change it. I had to stop it. So when I see that you do also painting and music, and you have a lot of talents together, how do you manage to make things work?
It's kind of difficult for me sometimes. Anxiety appears in my life, and I feel very frustrated. Mm, I had a lot of time that I didn't play music. I don't know, I couldn't feel it. It was a bad situation in that moment for me because my father passed away at that time.
Oh.
So I painted a lot, and also it helped me that at that moment I used to work for a painter. So my job was painting. I was painting in my job, I was painting my house. And then I started again with music, and maybe plastic arts were like left apart a little bit. But I always write a lot, you know. I have actually this book I have here, I have a lot of stuff written, like thoughts, like kind of poems and little short stories, along with some drawings that maybe I hate them and maybe I use them, but my paintings are very expressive. I'm not very methodic, like, well, I'm going to do a sketch right here and then I'm going to put it on canvas. I did it this last time because I wanted to make like a series of painting that has to do, and I wanted to try a couple of things. So I do pastels on paper,
Mhm.
and then I paint it on canvas with acrylics. But nowadays, I'm with both stuff. I'm painting and with the music. I'm not creating new. I'm
Mhm.
playing the ones that I already created. The idea is to keep putting this all these writings into songs. That most of the times now that I think about it, all these writings, I don't use them on songs.
Mhm.
Like I play and the lyrics come and that. But nowadays I'm making some engravings. Actually, I have one here. Oh, it's this is plastic. You
This
know,
is plastic.
I found it on the street.
Oh.
I found it on the street and I used it. You know, I have a friend that always engraves on this. And I said, I want to try it. You used this, that I don't know how it calls in English, but it's gubia in
Yeah.
French. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you like devastate the material with it. And then you print it on paper. I don't know where I put them. I always use black. I don't like to use colors on my engravings. I used a couple of times, but I don't know, I don't like them. And it's this is a tree actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
No, I don't know if
Oh, it's very beautiful. Yeah.
that's
I
a tree. I
it's
don't know
really
if this is
blurry.
well. It's a
Uh-huh.
tree that is in my mother's house that I really love. It's a pine. A pine? Yeah. I have this one that's also made with it's a, I don't know if you can see it. It's also a
Maybe.
tree, but I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it
I
with
see the
a
texture, but it's a little bit blurry. But I see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The engraving is blurry, actually. It's not perfect.
Uh-huh.
No sé cómo. There.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is done with the, I don't know if you say this exactly the same, Tetra Pak, where the milk
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I make the drawing there. I take some pieces with the cutter, and then I put the ink with something. It's not with this that you use I don't know how it's called, like a roller. No, I,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's well, but I do a lot of techniques. I'm not just with one.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to do what comes to my mind. It's like a need. I have to do it. I cannot do it. If I don't
Yeah.
do it, I get really anxious and sad sometimes.
So these are really black and this is very black and white art, which
Yeah.
I also uh, am the most used to. But you have colors too.
Yes, my
So,
paintings with acrylics are super colorful
uh,
altogether.
do you
Yeah.
think the colors, you have music, you have those graphics and writing, but the colors, they are their own world, are not they?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
colors, it's not
Something
just,
else.
yeah.
And it's complicated. Like when I read some books about colors
Mhm,
and how they, when you mix them, sometimes it's not what you think, actually. And seeing that differently, because sometimes when you have like you have your eye trained with the mixtures colors, you don't analyze that you're going to use this one and that one. It's like they will match. But when you read about it, you
mhm,
open your mind and you maybe start using some other colors, or you're more aware of what are you creating.
mhm.
That's something good, but it's something that I have to train a little bit, you know, I analyzing what I use. But yeah, it's very colorful what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be necessary to see in person, probably. The paintings are very physical things
And I use
uh, to
spatulas,
make.
so it has textures.
Uh-huh.
And I use brushes. Sometimes I do, but not most of the time. Yeah, maybe one day you'll be able to see one in person. Of
Oh,
what
well, I'm sure I'll be, yes.
it is. Yeah. And yes, I paint mostly like they're not people, like some characters that I create that comes from all cultures, or um, from Africa, or places that are,
Yeah.
it's like the whole mystic of the spirit and how they relate with nature, that everything like trees and water, all that has a spirit, and that you have to listen the messages they giving you.
And you paint it, you just remembered you saw it and then you paint as you feel it, or um, you research, you try to find some pictures, or you just do your way of remembering and feeling it.
I search a lot of pictures, but then I don't use it as a reference. Then it's what I
Mhm.
remember, but they don't look like anything to the actual people that exist or the things they use. It's more about rituals.
So this is an important part of process, not looking at exact thing, but uh, work on to work on your remembering, and then comes the surprise,
Right.
probably. It's also surprise for you and
Yes.
everyone else.
Yes. Because it never comes out the way that I thought it would. It's always
Mhm.
something different. And I also read a lot of books or text or research about the rituals they have. And it's very specific about things they use, things they do, and all that. I imagine how the ritual is, because you don't have pictures or videos about those stuff. Some because doesn't exist anymore, and others because it's kind of difficult to a person with a camera be at that moment recording that situation. So it's like elements I took. Maybe if you see my paintings and don't know this, you have no idea what that means and what that is. Animists.
Uh-huh.
That's the word that I wanted to tell you. It's the
Yeah,
view.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the explanation.
You give me a little interview to me.
I was interested really, and I like to exchange experience because it's not so common to. I mean, a lot of people are artistic in different ways, but um, there's always this question of time you have and the energy you have, and yeah, and also development of your skills in which art you invest your time to reach some higher point. Those are the problems sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that there's that like creating is something very emotional and very personal and inner. I think that I don't know, talking about me, I'm not always the same. I have days that I'm not okay, that I like to create anyway. And there are other days
Mhm.
that I really can't, even though if I want to. And sometimes that makes you feel bad, like a waste of time, you know. I feel it that way. And it makes me also angry because I'm thinking that I'm wasting my time when I'm not okay to making this that I want. But at the end, if you analyze all the things you do and the little time, the free little time that you have, it's a lot. The important is to keep doing, keep going. And when what I said to you, it's it's a need to be good to yourself, not to punish
Mhm.
so much, and not to compare to anyone also, because frustration comes and you always will see that what others do is better than yours, even if it doesn't.
Mhm.
Sometimes your mind is kind of crazy, I think, at least maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's but yeah, I'm really glad that I could do this with you, that we could talk. And actually that we get along very well. We've been talking like I have no idea what time it is, but a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, we took it.
And
This is the first time that you expanded the
so much.
interview.
Yeah, no, yes. Maybe because
No,
we do kind of similar stuff.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we do the similar stuff. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, with other people that we talk like, but maybe not that like personal. Yeah.
Mhm. This is the new format for you. From now on, every interview should be 2 or 3 hours long.
Yes.
There's no way back now.
No way back. The thing is that I have to translate this later.
Oh, on your own.
You know, at first I did it my own. I write it tick 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 tick, but then
Yeah,
it was a lot. So
yeah.
I pay an app to make the translations, but it's not okay. Sometimes it's whatever. So I have to check the whole video, change it,
Check it. Yeah.
and it's in Spanish from Spain. And people that read it from here, it sounds like they're not connect with it. Like sometimes it's ridiculous for us, or it doesn't make sense. So I have to change it to the Argentinian Spanish.
Uh-huh.
But I like to do it anyway. I like to do it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Because I speak in English, which is already 40% of things I try to tell. And then this Spanish, Argentinian Spanish version, who knows what will they get from me?
Oh, you did super good, and you tell a lot. So they will get a lot of information about your work.
Okay, thank you for all this. You do a big thing with this channel, and yeah, you are very creative, but also have a channel and all this work. So it's not, it's important.
Thank you. I hope this keeps growing and that people really appreciate all the work that has behind.
Yeah, I hope to.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Thank you for all your questions.
Thank you for your time, Martin, and for your work. It's a great work. So for allowing me to make this interview and meeting you. Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck with your work, music, paintings, graphics, writing, guitar playing, and interviewing people, and probably something else.
Who knows what comes? Thank you. And
yeah.
Good luck, you two, with all the projects you do. It comes ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye. Good night.
Čez obzorje s težko roko se steguje čuden mrak, a v tebi je naivno svetlo jutro, spet pomlad, temni zvoki in tresljaji so v podtalju in v glavi, a v trebuhu so metuljčki. O, kako bi poleteli, ko da ni požganih mest, ko da niso meči dvorezni, ko da cela zemlja cveti v ljubezni. Letijo metuljčki naprej, vsak svoj in hkrati vsi skupaj, in pod njimi zemlja kriči: ne obupaj. Kot črna jata z neba izgine, zapustiva ruševine. Glej, nad dimom so metuljčki, iz življenj so poleteli. Ko da ni požganih mest, ko da niso meči dvorezni, ko da cela zemlja cveti v ljubezni. hočemo več, mi hočemo več, več ljubezni, mi hočemo več.